Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, from a secret location all the way in the United States, not going to tell you which one or whereabouts, he is one of the newest online sensations that if you're not following, then you're losing out on. I could love to call this man Young Bob Kelly, but he probably goes by many different names, so I'm going to just refer to him as that for now. All the way in the States. Good morning to you, good sir.
Good morning to the captain.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine, matey. Yeah. Yes, sir. It's really funny you say that. I'm down here in the cavern, what I refer to as the COVID-19 playroom, and one of my followers on TikTok I did a tour of the COVID-19 playroom. This is where all the fun goes on. And she took that vocal from it and she did it and she introduced it. You know, she's standing in front of a curtain and she opens it up and it's her bed.
I like
narrating her bedroom. Oh, yes, it's lovely.
I like that. Now, as you may know, we're doing this interview like literally just after the Nightcap Live had just finished up. Now you got to see just a snippet of it.
A smidgen.
What's your honest opinion, good sir? I understand that you're the man. You're on the rise. Like we're a radio show, but you're doing.
I'm a friggin'. I would say a meteor, but meteors are falling, so we don't want to say a meteor.
No,
I would say. Yes, no, I'm a Saturn V, baby. I'm headed off to the moon.
Absolutely.
Ready for trans-lunar injection.
I reckon, like your voice. Now, one of the questions that we said tonight on the program was, who would you like to have narrate your life? And I've changed.
I was going to answer that. I was going to answer that. Me.
Yeah.
I'm going to narrate my own damn life.
You need to narrate my life.
I'd be happy to.
I've been trying to find someone, and I haven't mentioned this to you off air or anything. I thought I'll spring it on you. I have a couple of friends from around the world. I have a friend in the UK who used to work for CBeebies, and I'm going to talk to her about this as well. But I want to set the challenge for you as well. I want to find an original Fabio Erotica book and have you read it to us from time to time.
Oh, I'd be happy to do that.
I reckon.
Bedroom voice for that.
You know the baby making voice. That's what I like about it.
As a matter of fact, when I was a young lad and in the band, I used to call up my bandmates, and his mother would answer the phone, and I'd say, "Hi, is Henry there?" She'd say, "Bob, where did you get that bedroom voice?" And it's from the telephone. I worked in the telephone company and testing on the test board. You'd be talking to people all day. So you kind of get to this kind of little voice like that. So you wouldn't be bothering the people who are next to you and talking to the guy at the other end. You say, yeah, go on over there and put this plug in here and put this plug in there, So that's how it happened.
My goodness, I love it. Like, I've managed to master a few voices in my life, but my favourite one to do is you would refer to it as the carny voice. We refer to it as the Dodgem car voice, where it's, all right, riders, here we go. Around the corner we go. Put your foot on the pedal for a longer, faster ride.
I understand that one completely. Yeah, Sunday at the new amphetamine speedway. Don't believe them.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. All right, racers to the line. What we're going to do now, we put our foot to the pedal and off we go.
I'm Robin Leach and I'm yelling and I don't know why. Hey, it's a great day for motor racing. It's Jackie Stewart here.
And then there's the Chris. There's the Chris Franklin. This could be a song.
Jeez, that was a good Australian accent. That one. The Aussie accent it's so hard to mimic, but you've worked it out beautifully.
Well, Monis would call you Bruce.
You want to call me Bruce?
Keep it clear. Yeah, keep it clear. Yeah. Crikey.
Oh,
get me a VP, will you, please?
Speaking about
Chris gave me the secret. He said, "You talk without moving your lips."
Yeah.
Keep your mouth closed. I said, "You got to talk like that." Okay, I got that. I think I got none of that. Yeah.
Put
another prawn on the barbie.
Yeah, we love to mumble. That's the Australian thing. We love to mumble over words. We don't like saying full words because that gets really annoying. So we just try and get over it as quick as we can. So Monday becomes Monday. We're just going to shorten it. We don't want to go all the way through of it. We just want to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so
I'm working on it.
yeah.
I really am working on it. Chris said that I'm trying my best to be Australian. Throwing in a bloody cunt every once in a while and that kind of thing.
That's what I like about this program is we can say that word from time to time.
Oh boy, I am so happy about that.
I knew you would.
Oh Lord, when in the business about fuck, that's perfect. And I'm watching Channel 10 and I'm going bloop bloop. So what the fuck? That's like listening to that. What's his name? You stupid ass bitch! I ain't talking to you. I don't know if you know that.
You talking South Park, Eric Cartman?
No. It's a hip hop song. I don't fuck with you. You stupid ass bitch! I ain't fucking with you. Yeah, I can't remember who it's by, but it's just a long string of things like that. And there is a non-explicit version, which is you stupid ass. You. It's like what?
I think I know who the artist is. Every rapper ever.
Oh no! Come on, I'm a rapper. As a matter of fact, you said you want to call me Young Bobby Kelly, but that's my stage name as a hip hop guy is Young Bobby. Young Bobby. Yeah. Hey lad.
Now you're starting to creep, like you're extremely popular on social media with TikTok and with your YouTube channels and all that sort of stuff. But your fan base is starting to grow here in Australia thanks to your efforts when it came to Stay the Fuck at Home, which is a song with 28 or 27 other artists, including yourself, which
I know. I just sent them shirts.
Did you really? I asked for a shirt and you told me no.
I told you you can't have one. No, there's only so many, And there's only so many.
I've got a shirt too. It says I'm Testagreat. Instead of the word amazeballs, Testagreat. So testicles that are great.
I get it. When I was going through in vitro, we were trying to have a child, and I went to the urologist, and he said, well, Mr. Kelly, your testicles are perfect. And I said, oh, that's a nice thing to say. I've never had anyone say that to me before. My testicles are perfect. Well,
nice and symmetrical. This is what we want to say.
I guess so. No. I mean, he was serious. This was a serious diagnosis, lad.
That's his gig. What? I get it.
I know. Good heavens. My testicles are perfect.
You sure he wasn't the orderly?
No, bitch.
Let's talk about Stay the Fuck at Home. Started as Chris Franklin creating a poem.
Yep.
And you have seen it and gone, we can do something with this.
You want to hear this story?
Please.
All right, here's the story. My good friend, Sean Tatro from Boy Scouts, sent me a text one day and said, hey, look at this. So I look at it, and it's Chris, Then he says, near the end, he said, let's go be song. And I said, no, this will be the song, Chris. So off I went. As soon as I got off the message, I went right to the piano and started banging away. And 19 takes later, I had the form of the song. And by 24, it was done. And I put it up on YouTube and then put it up on TikTok. Before I went to bed, it had hit 50,000 times on TikTok. Jesus. So I said, well, I guess when I wake up tomorrow, it's going to be an interesting day. So the next day I called, not called, but sent him Chris a note that, hey, I'm using your song. I used your lyric. I thought this was just going to be among my little Boy Scout group. And, we sing in kind of, all the body songs, Yeah. And so he was just going to add it into that. And I figured that's as far as it would go. And I'm like, oh my God, what's happened? What has happened to me? I've turned into a viral hit.
Yeah, you certainly did. It's completely exploded. And as I'm sure Chris walked you through with the other artists that participate in the other song version of it, These are
Me,
names of guys.
I was in that too.
That's what I'm saying, including
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah, like you kick it off. Like
I do.
it's often
I speak the
often rubbish.
foreign language, and then we move into Australian.
Yeah, and it is such a earworm type song. Once you hear it, that's it. It's with you then. And with some of the other artists that are in there, people like Russell Morris and even
Kevin Bloody Wilson.
Now, but see, hearing the word "fuck" come from Kevin is like,
That's
hearing.
normal.
Yeah, it's like breathing. And then to hear someone like Russell Morris, who's this well-known blues jazz musician, who probably uses the word in the green room, but that's as far as it would go. And
not on stage.
Yeah, and then you can tell the look in their eye, the smile that they give just as they drop and stay the fuck at home, that they are eating it up. Like, this is something cool for them. And from Chris's Chris's poem to the transformation into your song, and then into this the Isolators song is just phenomenal. It really is.
It was great fun. I mean, it's funny because when I said to Chris that I did a video and it was out and it was take it off, he said, "Oh, I'm doing one too, and I've got all these famous Australian musicians." And I said, "Oh, well, that's really cool." And he says, "Yeah, it's going to be done in a couple of days." That was the 24th of March.
That's how quick we get behind it. Like, I'm not sure if you've seen the interview I did with Chris Franklin.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did. Of course I did. How could I know? Good heavens, man.
What's wrong with him? This is why you want to be on our program, isn't it? You saw that interview and went, "Geez, this captain."
I got to correct all the shit that he said. Yeah.
Like, this captain guy need to be on this show. Fucking look at him.
Oh, absolutely. The captain. Yes, sir, the captain.
You got to have it. Got to have it. And I do apologise. I understand that you were communicating to us via YouTube during our show, and me being the technical genius of a mouse, didn't see your comments. So I do apologise once again. I want to apologise.
No need to apologise on the air. I'll just take an abject apology the next time I see you.
Do you accept bribes?
No. Only money.
Walk us through your TikTok routine, because this is really unbelievable. It's a new phenomenon here in Australia. We're only just sort of, we just worked out Snapchat, and all of a sudden you guys have thrown TikTok at us. And
Chinese. TikTok.
Like, you've taken the concept to a whole different level altogether. Like, I always thought TikTok was something that 14, 15-year-old young girls would play with, and then
boys too,
and boys. Yeah, I can't discriminate. And,
you better not. All gender fluid people. So stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I remember when there was boy and girl, and that was it. I'm old school.
I know. Well, but there were always the other things. It's just that we didn't recognize them. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, with your TikTok, you've taken the concept and, like you did with the Stay the Fuck at Home poem, have created this new world that people are just addicted to. I'm thrilled with them. I call them my beloved TikTokers. TikTok, grew out of this thing called Musical.ly, which I tried back when it first started, and it was like I made one video, and I was like, this is silly. I'm not going to do this anymore, because it was just lip syncing to songs, 15 seconds. And I said, it's just not that interesting. So I made one. Well, when I got a friend who said, Bob, you ought to try TikTok. And I said, yeah, okay, let me go take a look at it. So I go take a look at it. And first thing I do, when I try and sign up, it says, we already have somebody with that address. And I said, okay, it's my Musical.ly. So the video that I made for Musical.ly, because they took it over. The Chinese bought the company from this American company that had built Musical.ly. They have an American company called ByteDance that runs it for them. Anyway, I go on there and start, first I start with a couple of stupid videos like that. And then I start looking around at all the people that are on it.
And I see this, a lot of young folks, a lot of young men with their shirts off, which was part of the attraction. And then I see a lot of young people who are trying to come out to their friends, come out to their family, talking about how depressed they are, blah, 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 blah. And I said, these kids need something. So let me do this. So I made a video that said why I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok because, first of all, it's fun. And second of all, because I see all you kids out here, people trying to come out. And I grew up in a time when Stonewall, the riot in New York was happening. But that during that time, and I came out during that time, a little after. And they said, then it was a political statement. It was a big deal. Here now, it's still a big deal, but it's more personal now, and the scene is totally different. So I'm here. If you need support for you, I'm here for that, because the world has been getting better and better for this, and it's going to continue to get better and better because of you.
That is brilliant.
And that just took off. Really did. The message just. So that was my first viral TikTok, and it wasn't really viral. It was, it was good enough.
Yeah, it was sincere.
It was, of course, it was sincere. That's what I am. I'm a sincere guy.
You certainly are.
And I have integrity. Just ask Chris.
I will.
Yeah, well, because I gave him credit for the song. You put him on the copyright.
Yep,
that's integrity, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that. I think he actually, I think he mentions that in the interview.
He does.
Yeah. It's a phenomenal thing. I watched one of your TikToks yesterday when you were reading from the Brothers Grimm, and my TikTok bedtime stories. It captivated me. I'm sitting there listening, going, I'm right now. It was like middle of the morning for me, and I'm like, I want to go back to bed. Like, this is too good.
Which one were you watching? Were you watching the UTC one, or were you watching the EDT one?
Yeah, the second one. No.
EDT. Okay, that's the one I do in the evening for the people in my own time zone. Well, I do one at 6 o'clock, which is 10 o'clock UTC, and I do that for the people who are Greenwich Mean Time and East. I have people from Turkey, people from Saudi Arabia, people from Poland, people from Romania, people from Scandinavia. I mean, all North Finland, Mark, all of those countries up there, then north, and then I put them all together. North Finland, Mark. Stole that from Monty Python. And I steal a lot of shit from Monty Python.
I steal a lot of shit from everyone.
Well, you know what they say. Steal a little, plagiarism. Steal a lot, research.
Damn straight. Damn straight. You're a fascinating man. You really are a fascinating man, and like everyone in our business, in the entertainment business or in media, the whole thing, there is so much more than what you see on a camera or what you hear across an audio stream. And that's what fascinates me when I get the chance to sit down and talk with people like yourself, is there is so much to learn. I've been in the business 13 years, and I thought I was a veteran. And then I meet someone like you and go, I'm nothing. Like, I have so much more to learn, and it's unbelievable.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because what I'm trying to do is show that part of the behind the curtain. That part. What I do is, I have an act and I do all of that, but part of the act is to open up that part of the world, and especially this part of the act, I just talk like we're talking here now, and showing that part of me. Now, you say, I got a lot to learn. I was a telephone man for 44 years. I wasn't an entertainer. I'll tell you the story of my last piano lesson. The piano teacher says to me, Bob, you have a decision to make. And I said, what's that? And he says, well, do you want to be an instrumentalist, or would you like to play at parties?
Wow.
Play at parties. Yeah. So I chose play at parties, and that's what I do. Essentially, this is one long party. Once I retired, I had plenty of time and lots of parties to go to. So here they are. It's one long fucking party for me.
What's your favourite? If like sitting there in your quarantine zone, what's your
Mhm.
favourite thing? Just you're sitting there, you're having a difficult day, or you just want something silly to do. What's your go-to song on the piano?
Oh, and song?
Yeah.
Not really. I don't think I have a go-to song. I just like to play. So I'll sit down and if you
Yeah,
indulge me,
please.
okay,
Absolutely, please.
let me do that for you. We'll fix that so that you can go on over here.
Hey, look at that. Camera change.
Oh yeah. Oh Jesus, man. And it's, the director is really nice. He's a friend of mine.
Friend of yours? Know him?
Yeah, he is. And so I'll just sit down and start. For this love I can remember, and there's love I won't forget, and there's love I took in shadows, and there's love I don't regret. But the love that's mine this morning, the love that's mine today, she'll be my love tomorrow, forever and a day. That's a song to my wife.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Jeez. I could sit here and listen to you play for the remainder of my night.
The duration.
Jeez, that was absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for that.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you very much for that.
I wrote that for my wife just before we were married.
Wow. Jeez, you did well. That's yeah.
Oh, don't, I tell people this all the time. Men, listen to me. If you think you picked your wife, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Women have this skill. They set the hook and they reel you in and they make you think it was your idea.
It's a very fucking true point. If it wasn't for the nightcap, when I first started on radio, I met my wife through work, and I mentioned the fact that I did a community radio station at the time, and she started listening, and then we became friends, and then all of a sudden on air one day I'm asking her to marry me, and that's
wow.
I reckon that was all. Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's similar. I was fishing off the company dock too, at the telephone company. She worked in the office with me, and I had a band at the time. And we used to go out at lunchtime with the big crowd of people. As a matter of fact, at that time they called her Fluff, because one of the persons in the office said, "Well, what are you doing with that little piece of fluff?" And that was it.
That was
her name.
from there on.
That became her. And everybody in the band called her Fluff. Everyone called her Fluff. They still call her. Occasionally, I'll talk to a bandmate and they say, "How's Fluff?" And it's like, we haven't called her Fluff for years. She's Mrs. Kelly now. Anyway, we went out for 12 years before we got married.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I have a complicated situation. We had to work all that out, and we did. And it's a wonderful thing. And she's a wonderful woman, and I wouldn't ask for. I feel like the luckiest man in the world to have her behind me. And it's funny. I went. What did I do? It was something the other day I was doing, and it was my video. I did the 16-bar challenge for the Monday of the Minds, which is a hip-hop community showcase. And they had a 16-bar challenge. That's where you do 16 lines against somebody's beat.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I did that. It's up on my YouTube channel. You can see it. And I did it, and my friend Jeff, the editor, who's like one of the most fabulous editors I've ever met, the video editor, he put it together, and it was like, oh my God, Jeff, what are you brilliant? I asked you for your brilliance, and you showed up. So I bring it up and show it to her, and she's like, yeah. Nothing like having someone humbling at home. Your support, dear.
my wife's the same. I'll spend an hour or two working on this beautiful project, and I'm so happy with this. What do you reckon? And she goes,
Yeah, that's good.
Here's a
I
list
don't like
of
hip
notes.
hop. She says, I don't care hip hop. I don't like hip hop. She says. I say, oh, that's good. I'm glad you don't. Otherwise, I'd have to beat all the girls off. Lord.
You are just a fascinating man. You really are.
Well, thank you.
I would like
Appreciate
to. I would like to have you on the show more and more if you're up for that.
Hey, whenever you'd like. I mean, I maybe I should be talking to my manager because I should be getting paid for this. Or I'm going to do that. You know.
You and me both, mate.
Oh, I see. Well, it's not a job. Oh, okay. You don't get paid for this?
No.
Yeah. No. You do this for fun?
I do this for fun for 13 years.
For 13 years, you've been doing this show as a hobby.
As a hobby.
What do you do for work?
I had a car accident, so I'm sort of homebound. So I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I love that. That's my job.
Dad. I do. I think that's a great job. Yeah. That really is. It's being a dad is a great job. We wanted to have 10 kids, and we didn't have any. And I always said to my wife that was God's plan that we be good uncles and aunts. And then one day she came to me and she said, "Would you mind if we took in?" And I said, "Well, he's family. Why would I mind? Why are you even asking? You know? Oh, because blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to do this." And I said, "No, you're not going to do that. You're going to go down there right now and you're going to talk to their lawyer and all that stuff and get it done." And he lives here now with us. He's came at 14. Now he's 19 or 18. He's graduating high school, and his brother came not too long after.
Oh, mate, congratulations!
So that was God's plan.
Yeah. And what you've done with TikTok and reaching out to a community that really struggle from time to time. Oh, not time to time, quite a lot. You know, my uncle didn't come out until he was 50, and at the time he had a 25-year-old boyfriend. They're married now, but I remember because of his generation, a lot of people went, oh. And I thought to myself, if it was reversed and he had come out with a 25-year-old girlfriend, everyone would be high-fiving him. What's the problem?
Oh, absolutely.
What's the issue? You know,
I'm bleeding poofta. That's the issue.
Yeah, well, that was it. That was the problem. And you know, like, people are people. There's no difference. If you want to be gay, if you want to be straight, if you want to be bi, you want to be gender fluid, go for it. Knock yourselves out. It doesn't hurt anyone else. It's not hurting anyone. Like, people are people. Just enjoy it.
Yep, absolutely. I'm glad that is changing. I'm glad that people are starting to be more accepting of that. I do get a kick out of the religious people who are like, oh, so you're going to go to hell and all of that. And I said, well, you know what? I think Jesus had something to say about that. So why don't you go look?
Yeah.
And I don't bother quoting to them because they'll give me the devil likes to quote scriptures. And it's like, yeah, that's true. He does. He's very good at it too. Yeah. I can hear him right now.
Spot on. Always tell them this. Laying with a man or a woman is only ever mentioned once in the Bible, but not liking shrimp and having a real fucking distaste for shrimp is mentioned 8 times. But yet,
shrimp.
We all
What's
forget.
That? Oh, you mean prawns?
Prawns.
Oh yeah, prawns. Oh, I didn't understand what you were saying when you said shrimp.
Yeah, it's mentioned.
Because now I'm Australia.
Yeah, that's it. Now you're an Aussie. See, I should have remembered that.
A famous Aussie.
You're famous, more famous than me, and I live here.
Bitch. Oh, you're glomming onto my fame, are you? I get it. I get it. I see. I see
those coattails, mate. I hang on. But
would you like
8 times.
Stop.
Now, the other question I had for you before you go, and I ask this of a lot of people, and no one's ever taken me up on it, but I can play a pretty mean triangle. So if you ever want to do a collab with me, I'm ready to go.
I actually heard that. I heard that you were quite the triangle player. And if I ever have a place for a triangle in my piece, I'm calling on you. Have you got a triangle?
Oh, yeah. It's all in tune and everything.
Oh, all right. Yeah. That's good. You can have them in various tunings, you know.
Yeah, no, E flat and E minor. That's the one I've got. And then I've got this bell that's is A flat minor.
Oh yes, that's the call bell.
And
front. Nobody knows what the fuck that means anymore. You know,
It's an old bellhop fucking thing.
I know what it is. That's what the front.
Yeah.
It means come to the front desk, and you know, people, you do that, and it's, you know, but you know that hasn't been in fashion, Bob, until since everyone comes to the Grand Hotel. You know, yeah.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
I've got a bell in here, which was the original bell for the nightcap, which I stole from a fish and chip shop.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and then I used it so much, it had to be retired.
Oh,
And then
I
had to
see.
get a new bell.
You moved up to the front bell now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, so-
I like that.
That's why it sits in the display cabinet right there. It's the original bell.
Oh, it can no longer be rung.
No,
Unfortunate.
I brought it out of retirement for our first televised show.
Oh,
But,
okay.
And then at the end, then she went back in there. So
Oh, good. I'm happy to see that. And it's right up there with my 1935 telephone set there. And,
almost as good, almost.
almost. Well, you should hear this thing ring. Oh,
I was just looking for my phone to ring you.
but you'd have to call the landline, and that would cost you a fortune.
Yeah.
But actually, we can do that.
Oh, here we go. You got the technology.
We have the technology, young man, and of course it's going to wake everyone in the house. But who gives a shit? It's 9:20. So, second, wait, let me see here. Phone. Yeah, that's right. You know, I was once doing this stuff, showing somebody something on the phone here, and it was a youngster. He was like 20. He was 26, as a matter of fact, because that's part of the punchline. And he says, and he's watching me do this, and he's like, you know, Bob, you're a better 26-year-old than I am. I like that. Okay, let's see. 8, 9, 2, 6. Go ahead.
While you're dialing, when you get a moment, you've obviously spoken with Kevin Bloody Wilson, and coming from the telephone.
I haven't spoken with anybody other than Mikko.
Oh, okay, right.
I raised a glass with Mikko on the day that it was released. Whiskey at 7:30 in the morning.
Who hasn't done that? If you get a chance to look at some of Kevin's work, one of his original songs called Dictaphone is about someone that works for the Australian Telecommunications Company at the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I highly recommend that one to you.
I'll put it right up. Now let me just move this microphone next to the phone. All right, here we go.
That's got a beautiful ring to it. Oh,
So that's that. That's it. Kel from Kelly Robert E. Yeah, So yeah, we get both of them in there, but no, that really does ring, isn't it? It's just brings back memories.
beautiful.
And the fact that this was made in 1935.
1935, an original rotary phone.
Still
How
works,
awesome are they?
and still.
Oh, and still works, man. That is unbelievable.
I could dial up this phone with that, except it's a whole lot of work.
Haven't got the finger strength anymore.
I don't know if you've seen that video where they have a millennial, they show them this and say, how would you use this if you had to make a call? And they're like, they don't know. They really don't know how to make it work. It's like,
sorry.
It's amazing. Go on.
I was working in an office type environment at one stage, and I had a 16-year-old work experience girl come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to her, what we need to do is we're going to send out these invoices. So if you can put some stamps on these envelopes for me, we can put them out.
Stamps?
Yeah. She had no concept of what a stamp was. She's looking around for an ink pad. And I'm like,
oh, yeah, you're going to do that. Yeah. No, that's a cancellation, darling.
Yeah, no. Like, you know, the things that stick in the corner of an envelope.
Well, they probably don't do that anymore. They're self-stick now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, we're getting old. What can I say? We're getting old. You know, it's the old story. Yes, you are getting very, very old, and it's not going to be too much longer before you come to see us up here.
I love you. I really do. You're a top bloke. That's what you are.
Well, thank you very much. This is it's interesting because I finally got a call from the local paper saying, all it takes is 30 million views on YouTube and you might get a call from the fucking local paper. I've been playing around here forever. Never got a call from the local paper. I've been on the cover of their newspaper because I've been out playing at the farmer's market and stuff, so they take a picture of you. And as a matter of fact, the picture they took of me and that they used in the article was of me playing at the farmer's market. And I'm wearing, wait, there's more. Now what would you pay?
Hey, there he is.
A slouch hat.
A slouch hat. Jeez.
Now, is that foreshadowing or is that foreshadowing?
Mate, that is foreshadowing. I'll tell you what, you're only one VB can away from being a true blue Aussie.
If I had a few more stains on my shirt, I would be,
Right. We'll send you
I do. I say, what are you doing there? Well, when we were at Gallipoli, it was awful. It was fucking bloody. Anyway.
Well, Anzac Day's coming up next weekend here in Australia.
I know. I saw the Hype Duos.
How
really
beautiful is that?
Tribute.
Well,
Yeah,
how
real
beautiful is it?
lovely thing. So, hear that? Hear that noise?
I hear it.
You do.
Yeah.
That's a turkey. It's a turkey at the door.
Are you kidding?
No, hang on. I'll show you.
You got
a
a fucking turkey knocking on your door?
There's a turkey knocking on my door. Watch
I've had
this.
some weird shit happen during an interview.
Oh, this happens every fucking day. Every fucking day this goddamn thing is out here. I'm going to turn the camera around. I got to go grab the other camera and just watch.
All right, well,
You have to edit this bitch.
Yeah, I'll edit it. Don't worry. Why edit this? This is fucking gold.
Oh, did you see him?
That desk down a little bit. Oh my god, it's a turkey!
He is.
Holy shit! It's a fucking turkey knocking on this door.
Like I said, you got some weird shit happen.
Jesus Christ! There is a turkey knocking on this door. What the fuck?
There's a bleeding turkey knocking at the door.
Is that a wild turkey? Is it a pet? Like
That is a wild. No, that's a wild turkey. There's 25 of them out there in the backyard. It's they're out there displaying and everything else. That's a Jake. He's jealous of the turkey in the window. And so he's fighting
that's why
with
he
it.
comes up and right.
Yeah, he comes up and fights with it every day. A couple of times a day, I have to go out there and yell at him and say, "Get out of here, you crazy turkey!"
That is
and the other ones are out there and they're all puffed up, doing their little
dance.
truck dance. Get, hey ladies, look at me, I look marvelous. Don't I look pretty? I do. Yeah, they do. Boy, they when they're in full regalia, they really are. Quite the bird.
We don't get to see many of them here in Australia. They're not native.
They're not native.
We don't get a chance to see them as much. So we would love if you ever get a chance to get a photo or video of them in Nash. That would be awesome.
Hang on. Right here. If we let's see, where is it? Google Photos. This is why I love technology, because all this stuff is what I grew up wanting to see, wanting to have. And all right, that's one. He's actually in motion. This isn't the best picture of one, but let's see. Oh, how do I do this on this? I may not be able to. Am I able to do this on Zoom? No, I think the only way I can do this on Zoom is to use that other camera.
That's all right. It's all right.
No, come on, hang on. Jesus
I'll hang on.
I'm going to do this. It's not like you're not going to edit this.
No, this is true. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Have a look at that.
And I'll send you the real thing.
Yeah, yeah. No worries. I'll
I'll
edit that
send
one
you
in.
the real picture, so you can edit it in as though it would happen in real time, as though it was really there.
All right, we can do that.
Yeah, I know. You have the technology.
Yeah, what's it? Mate,
There we are. So yes, isn't science wonderful? Let me go back to my other camera so you can actually see me. That'd be lovely. Who are you?
There you are.
There I am. Oh, living color.
Mate,
So, and you see, what's the guy in back of me there? That's Freddie. He's Freddie, PhD. He's a dragon.
how gorgeous is he? Oh, yeah, there he is. Well, this is Waddles, or Deputy Waddles.
Oh, Waddles.
Yeah,
Crack too.
Yeah. as Deputy Waddles, he has a tendency.
Why is he deputy? Wouldn't he be first mates? Or,
well,
you're the captain, after all.
He's just wearing me out. Do you know why he's a deputy? Because
why is it deputy?
I am an honorary deputy of Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, really? That's where I was born.
I know. That's why I wanted to drop it in conversation.
Where? With who? Which?
Hampton County.
The Hampton County Sheriff, huh?
County Sheriff's Department.
Oh, that's funny. How did that happen?
By accident, I think.
I mean, were you here?
I did live in Michigan for a little bit.
Michigan?
Yeah, up in Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo, right? Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Love Kalamazoo.
You got a funny accent you got there. I don't understand that. You speak a foreign language. I know that. Yeah.
And then I wanted to touch base with the sheriff's department once I got back, because I used to work in the prisons many moons ago.
Oh, I see.
Many moons ago. And
you were a screw.
I was a screw. Yeah, big time screw. Big time screw.
What do they call them there?
Keytoners, screw.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, chief is the main one that we get. Or used to get. Chief. And everything.
I have to remember that. I'm trying to become Australian, so I need to have all this lingo down.
Have you learnt cobber?
Cobber? Oh, no, cobber.
Cobber. Fair dinkum cobber.
Yabo.
Yeah. Bogan.
Bogan. I'm vaguely familiar with Bogan. Yeah.
If you walk around primarily in your sweatpants and hoodie or
you're
whatever,
a bogan.
You're a bogan. You got to wear your UGG boots. You can wear your pajamas down the shop. No one really cares.
Oh no, that's not.
Got to learn to smoke a particular brand of cigarette.
I gave those up in '95.
Smart decision.
Yeah, I guess so. I just love them. I'm waiting for them to come up with a pill that cures all that shit, and I'm like right down there by a pack of Cools.
Yeah. There's an old saying, there's no such thing as an ex-smoker. It's just a smoker that hasn't had one for a while.
A long fucking time.
Well, Mr. Bob Kelly, as much as I don't want to do this, I am going to have to bring our conversation closer to an end. Hang on, we're frozen. What's going on here? What's going on? Come on.
Ending. It's the perfect ending. The internet ended it for us.
Yeah, it certainly did.
It's what it says. Your internet connection is unstable. Like me.
That's what I got as well. What a good way to end the show, just to freeze straight away.
Oh, look. Oh, well, he's gone. That's it. I'm internet. All right. Thank you, Tim Berners-Lee, you fuck.
Well, let's try and do this once a month. What do you reckon? We'll catch up and we'll have a good chin wag.
I think that sounds like a fun idea.
Absolutely.
I really have enjoyed this immensely, and if I can become a character in the pantheon of Australian stars,
we want you, mate. We want you.
I'd be thrilled.
You have
because I'm a prick.
Well, you have a prominent home here on the Nightcap. That is for sure.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
I know some people in the industry. I'll talk to them. We'll let
I
you
know. I know Kevin Bloody Wilson. No, I don't really, but
watch this space.
I want a guitar like his though with my name on it.
Oh, he's got a massive collection of guitars. That man,
I bet he does.
collection.
But that one is really nice with Kevin Bloody Wilson right in there, inlaid mother of pearl. Oh my God, that's real. That's real country. He should have a sequin jacket to go with that motherfucker.
He probably did in the day.
I bet he did. Yeah, bloody cunt.
That's two. Mr. Young Bob Kelly, thank you so much, good sir. You're a wonderful, wonderful man, and we want you on the show. Yeah, let's do it. Like, once a month. Let's jump into it. Let's have some fun.
You can have the report from America, and now the report from America with young Bobby, who's got. I'll wear my hip hop regalia, and we'll do something. Yeah.
Please do. And those that are currently watching us here, what you need to do is you need to go on to Young Man's social
Rekording,
media.
Rekording, recording.net is my website. It's all been updated. Looks real fancy now. And recording on YouTube and recording on TikTok. How did I forget TikTok? I can't forget TikTok. Recording. Rekording. It's recording with a KY because I'm Robert Emmett Kelly and REK is my brand.
That is it. And then don't forget to like and subscribe to him as well. We'll have all the details displayed all the way along here so you guys can
I like that.
Find your way to his work. Mr. Bobby Kelly, thank you very much, good sir.
You are very welcome, sir. And don't forget to investigate slobs.
I certainly will. I will get right onto that one. But again, thank you so very much.
My pleasure. It has been a great pleasure. And hello to everybody in Australia. Good day, mate.
G'day, mate. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.